Yes, welcome to another video. I'm Lewis, above Miss Jordan. This is the review of the Carabao Cup final. City against Spurs. City have won again. We did our initial match reaction. That was uploaded yesterday. That was, yeah, it was just there was no structure.
Just us being hype.
Just talking about that. So now we're going to have a look a little bit more in depth into obviously what happened and how the game panned out and stuff. So before we get into it, guys, I'm going to set a like tag. I'm going to go for 1,500 likes for this, guys, because this is a cup final victory. So make sure you hit the like button. And if you're one of the few people who watch this straight away, like notification gang, make sure you hit the like button, because I say this all the time, but it's true. If you're one of the early guys and you hit the like button, we generally hit it. If the early guys don't hit it, then we won't hit it. So down to the people who are watching it early on. Make sure you subscribe as well if you are new. We're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. Any help towards that would be massively appreciated. And before we get into it, I want to tell you about our sponsor today, OneFootball. OneFootball got an app that you can download. It's completely free. When you download it, select City as your favourite team. If you're not a City fan, select whoever you support, and you'll get all the team news, match reports, transfer news, transfer rumours, team lineups, everything straight to your phone. You even get some free football on there. We watched Borussia Dortmund on there quite a bit this year, so go check it out. It doesn't cost you a penny. Link is in the description. It's also the pinned comment. Right, okay, where to start? Well, I think we have to start with the official man of the match. Riyad Mahrez got man of the match in this game. I thought he was absolutely superb. He was so close to a goal. We said yesterday in the video, right, that he was really, you know, how he didn't score was I don't know, he had so many chances, but he was absolutely, he was just phenomenal in my opinion, bro. And he has been really, really good now for a couple of months, in my opinion. Yeah,
consistently being good. He brings a lot to the team. Obviously, he's just missing that killer finish at the moment, which obviously it's weird because that's what you'd expect from Mahrez. Usually, he kind of gives that, and he's always close. Mm-hmm. He's always close. But to be fair, he was close to some worldies today as well. In the final, he was close to them. But I think he's just providing so much for the team that it's hard when you get to a big game. This guy does not miss out. Yeah. He's one of the first names on the team sheet. You know, it's weird because like we've had this whole defense where we've been like, oh yeah, we know who's gonna be starting kind of thing. Yeah. And now it's getting to the point where your front in the attack, you know that Mahrez, if it's an important game, he has to play. Mm-hmm. He just provides so much. Yeah. He's next level.
Well, what does he provide, bro? If people are like still not on board with Mahrez, what does he give you that sort of, I don't know, Torres doesn't give you, or Sterling might not give you? What does he give you?
Well, the thing is, he's not that kind of player. He isn't the kind of player. Yes, he will run at the man, but he's not all about pace. The guy's got next level ball control. Yeah, I think he's probably one of the best in the Premier League. Yeah. And have a man one-on-one, I back him every single time. And obviously, he will cut in, but as well, he sometimes he does favour his right. In the final, he did go with his right-hand side.
He does go on his right quite a bit, actually. Everyone always says, oh, it's Ian Robin, you know, he's cutting inside, but he does actually go on his right quite a lot.
Yeah. So I would say, I think, underrated wise, I feel like people overlook this, is his ball control in the game offers a lot more space because you have defenders, they know one-on-one they're probably going to get done, so defenders will double up on Mahrez. This happens a lot. They'll double up on him, and it'll create space for you. It's pretty much a knock-on effect for the rest of the players, because someone somewhere will have more space because Mahrez is on the ball, and that just shows how much of a good player he is. Teams are willing to change the way they play, the way they defend, just to try and stop this guy.
Yeah, he was really good. And if you do get yourselves in a little bit of a sticky situation, you can't get hold of the ball, you can give it to Mahrez and he'll hold the ball. He very rarely loses it, which maybe you other wingers don't. Let's move on to another winger then. Raheem Sterling, he gets a start today. You know, I think that surprised a few people. Some people might have predicted it. Hasn't been in the best form, I think it's fair to say. Yeah. But I've got to say, I thought first half, he was really, really good, really positive, driving at teams, taking players on. This is the Raheem Sterling we'll want to see. And people also got to understand, right, when Raheem Sterling is taking on a player, he's not always going to succeed, because just because a winger's taking on a player doesn't mean that a winger's going to get past the player. Sometimes the defender will actually make the tackle. So I think people have to allow it sometimes when Sterling takes on a player and maybe gets tackled, because he's not going to have 100% take-on rate.
What we'll say on that, bro, is as well, it's the contrast, like when you going back to Mahrez and Sterling there. Mahrez, usually if he's taking on a player, he will kind of keep the ball regardless, whereas Sterling's more about pace, driving at him and beating him like that. So it's two different styles that you're looking at. The rewards
for Sterling taking on a player are different, because if he gets past him, he's basically through.
But
I thought it was really, really positive. He created chances. Phil Foden had a chance early on where he just put it wide. He created a chance for Gundogan, who made a bit of a mess of it and again put that wide. I thought it was really positive, again, working hard defensively. I thought it was, second half, he was a bit more quiet, but the team was a bit more quiet in the second half, I thought. But really, really positive stuff. Has he done enough to get himself into the team for PSG? I don't know. We'll probably talk about that a little bit later in the week. But I thought really positive. You know, he's had a bit of a bad time, a bit of a rough time last couple of games, maybe longer, some would say. But it's nice to see a little bit of positivity come from Raheem Sterling. And I think that, look, was it his best performance? No, it wasn't. But I think we can all sit here and go, you know what, Sterling looked good there, and we should all, as fans and as supporters, we should all support Sterling in trying to get him back to his best, because when he is at his best, he's scoring 30 goals a season. He's a massive, massive weapon. Yeah,
100%. Big asset to the team. And I feel like in this moment, bro, like this game, he was so confident. And that completely surprised me. I think it surprised a lot of City fans. I don't know where he's got his confidence from. Maybe Pep. I don't know. But he looks so confident today. One of the most confident games I've seen him in for a long time. You know what I mean? He seemed pretty much the shadow of his former self. But today, there were signs of him coming back, and that's exciting. That's really exciting.
It's a massive confidence boost as well. You know what I mean? He's not been great, and I think he probably has been in training. And when he goes home and speaks to his family, and he's like, "I'm not having a good time. I'm not scoring goals. I'm not getting assists. You know, the fans are saying I'm not being, great. You know, I'm getting stick. You know, etc. etc." So for him then to be thrown in the final, Pep saying, "Go on, lad." He's like, this is a massive confidence boost to me. I can't let the team down. I can't let Pep down. I can't let the fans down. And I don't think he did let us down. I thought he was decent today. And, if he can continue that recovery, we'll have the best Sterling back, and then we'll all be absolutely buzzing. So, massive, massive positives from him. Now to a player who we weren't actually sure was going to even play, Kevin De Bruyne, bro. Kevin De Bruyne obviously got that slight knock/ankle, bit weird as he fell on it. I didn't notice that he was out, bro. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. You could never tell that there was any sort of doubt that he might have even started. If we just quickly flip here to Harry Kane, who, again, like he did in the Champions League final against Liverpool, was clearly not fit to play. I mean, there was times that the Tottenham were on the attack and he was in the halfway line at times. So there was chalk and cheese. Kevin De Bruyne clearly was fit enough to play. The medical staff must have given it the okay, whereas at Tottenham, Harry Kane's given it the okay, and that's not the way to play because he clearly caused detriment to their side. Kevin, again, just showing oozing class, bro. There's a couple nice plays. Obviously, gets the assist for the goal as well with the cross into Laporte, which was nice. And I just think that when he's on the pitch and you don't even have to play mint. Like, today he wasn't mint. Like, Kev was just, standard Kev today. He wasn't like, oh, my God, Kevin. No one's talking about Kevin De Bruyne after today. But it's mad because even though no one's really talking about him, he's still mint. And, he just brings something to the game. He calms everyone down. He slows it down. He speeds it up at the right times. And I just think that even when he's not, everyone's not talking about him, even when he's not scoring, putting out beautiful passes, he just brings something to this team that nobody else can. You know what I mean? He is the diamond of this team, bro.
Yes, I agree with that, bro. I agree with that. He looked insanely fit, not in that way, but he looked incredibly fit in the sense that this guy's just come back from an injury. Apparently, obviously he has been out, but you wouldn't think it. You would not think it at all. He looked on fire, and then that's really good because the last thing we needed was Kev to be out and come back in and have to go through a little bit of a teething period, getting back into it, maybe not being fully committed to it, because he doesn't want to get injured again and re-up something.
Yeah.
Today, straight in. He looked mint. He looked like Kev that we've been seeing recently, who's been on fire. That's why we were so gutted when he got injured, because he was looking really, really good again. And then he got injured and was like, oh no, because then you're thinking you have to restart again.
There's no excuses now for PSG. If he wouldn't have played today and then he played PSG and he was a bit off the pace, everyone would be like, oh, allow it, There's no excuses now, he's got to perform, everyone's got to perform. So, buzzing for Kev, he gets to, another trophy for him and he's just racking them up at this point. He's, I just
hope he has the Champions League by the time he leaves this club.
Well, yeah, we all do. I just want the Champions League. Right, last player before we get into the player ratings, and it's the captain, guys. We can't not talk about the captain today. He's led the team. Fernandinho, I thought it was absolutely brilliant today. He was running that midfield, marshalling it. He was everywhere, and again, it just amazes me how this guy is 35 years old. It's absolutely incredible. people are talking about should we give this guy a contract or not, and you're just waiting, aren't you? Everyone's just waiting. At some point, you all know it's going to happen. At some point, he's just going to fall off the cliff because his legs are going to give way, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that's what happens. Age, you know what I mean? You get old, and then all of a sudden, you've not got that extra yard of pace. But I've been waiting for the last fucking 3 years, bro, and it's just not happening. You know, I remember last season I was like, oh, I think Fernandinho's done. You know, but I only thought he's done because I'm looking at his age. I'm looking at how much we've spammed him in this team for the last 10 years. You know, he's pretty much played in this team solid for the last 10 years. We've not really had anyone to back up. We've got Rodri now, but for the last 10 years, he's always been Fernandinho, really, playing every game, every 3 days for the last 10 years. And you're just waiting for that moment that he just goes, but he's just not. And he's putting in top performances. He's leading the team. He takes the tactical fouls as he always does when he absolutely needs to. I just think, honestly, he's just a fantastic captain for this club. I know that when he got given the captain's armband, there was a little bit of, oh, should it not have been Kev, should it not have been Kev, but, you know, the players voted, and the players have clearly voted the right decision because he's leading the team really, really well this season. I know he doesn't play every game, he obviously can't, he's 35, but when he plays, I mean, you don't even realise how old he is, man. Like, you just think he's like some 27-year-old in his prime midfielder. Yeah. He's just fantastic. And today, I thought again he was mint. I think he did have to come off. I think that was a good substitution. He did have a booking with 10 or so minutes to go. Tottenham were playing counter-attacking football. I think that was a smart move by Pep. But on the whole, Fernandinho, what a guy. That's his first trophy lifting as a captain for this club, and thoroughly deserved, bro. Absolutely incredible performance, I thought.
Yeah, 100%. I think he's definitely signed a deal with the devil or something. Do you know what I mean? He's signed a deal with the devil to keep him at one age. You know what I mean? Because I don't get it. He just hacks life. I just don't understand it. And you know what I mean? I was actually going to say, take it back a year, and all of us pretty much as City fans were looking at Fernandinho playing at centre-back, and you're kind of going, where's this guy's future at the club? He can't. The centre-back thing wasn't working out for him too well. You're thinking he can't play in centre defensive mid anymore. But then he's just been smashing the season back in CDM. I just don't understand it. It makes me think, I wonder last year, had we played a bit of CDM, what would have happened?
Well, yeah, I've asked myself this question before and said, if you would have just played someone else at centre-back, I don't know, you know, Otamendi was on the bench, Stones was on the bench quite a bit last year. And you just think to yourself, if you just played Fernandinho in midfield last year, where would we have actually been? You know, because Rodri last year, I think that was his first season, getting into it and that. But Fernandinho, if he would have played in centre mid, I don't think we would have won the league. But I think we would have been a lot closer. And I think we actually would have been better defensively because he offers better protection. So he's just honestly a fantastic football player. He's such a loyal servant to the football club. Level. The question is, guys, you have to let us know in the comment section below, does he deserve a new contract? You know, at the moment, I'm looking at his performances and going, why would you not offer him a new deal? Let us know in the comment section below, innit?
For me, bro, before we go on to the play ratings and that, I think he's earned the contract. It's whether City decide to give him one, and I think it's the big drive in it, because you're looking at his performances and you're saying he's doing the bits. How can you not give this guy a contract with the performances that he's making? It's unreal. I don't understand, innit? I don't understand. Yeah. I'm team Ferner contract.
I'm team Ferner contract, and people might be like, oh well, we need to go and get Zakaria or Locatelli or whatever. Go and get them anyway and just slow them back for a year. You know, clubs have done that in the past. If you want to sign Zakaria, go and pay 20 mil and say, right, loan him back for a year. You've guaranteed the services of Zakaria, and Fernandinho gets one more year. You know, people are like, oh yeah, but then it is really pushing it because Fernandinho's going to be 36 next month. It's like, I get it, but Rodri's our main centre mid anyway, so he's only going to be playing the odd couple of games every month. He's not. Rodri's going to be the guy who's taking the brunt of it. Fernandinho will just fill in where needs be, and obviously you got players coming through. Obviously, I know Tommy Doyle's not a traditional sort of CDM. I know he's a bit more of a floater, he gets about, but you've got is he called Lavia, who's coming through in the academy as well. So you got him coming through. You got different options, but for sure, guys, let us know in the comment section below. Fernandinho. Are you team Fernandinho in? Or are you saying time's up, innit? You know what I mean? I find it very harsh to say his time's up after everything that he's done for the club, and he's still putting in top performances. Right, okay, player ratings. This is big. These are decided by our extra club members. These are the guys who are going at the bottom of the screen. Thank you very much for your support, guys. If you want to get involved, support the channel, and have your say on these matters like the player ratings, link is in the description. Right, okay, get into it. Stefan, one save he had to make, really. Made it. Great performance from him. 9.1. Walker, top performance. Honestly, one of the best performances I've seen from him well, not for a long time because he's been putting in mint performances, but you get the drift. He gets an 8.9. Diaz, 9. top performance from him again. He made a brilliant tackle on Kane, and the referee gave a foul. I was fuming.
I know. I don't understand that. That was a proper tackle. That.
I was going sick. I did not like that. But yeah, his first trophy as a Manchester City player. Love to see it. Laporte gets a 9.9 clean sheet and gets the goal. It's hard to disagree, really. There's not many players we've ever had who gets a 9.9. I think it's the second time or third time.
Second time, I think.
So it is rare that we get 9.9s, but obviously the extra members buzzing on him, and how can you not? And I'm nice to see Cancelo 9. It's a good performance from him. He's, like I say, last month or so, he's had a bit of a rough time, some dodgy performances, but he gets back on it. And I thought he was decent today with a 9.
Yeah. I think before we actually start recording, we were talking about Cancelo's performance, and we are saying that defensive, that's probably the best performance he's ever had at City.
Yeah.
He looked really good. Midfield wise, Fernandinho gets a 9 as well. Obviously, Fernandinho, like we say, smashed it. Kev, he gets an 8.7. You know what I mean? 8.7, he just come back from injury. How is that even possible?
Yeah.
And Gundogan gets an 8.4. I think Gundogan, you know what I mean? He's so consistently getting above 8s.
Yeah.
I think he's he's integral to his team.
He is. You know, did he do much today? I'm not sure if he influenced the game that much, but he probably did stuff that as fans we don't really look at.
The dirty work, the stuff that you don't look at.
Keeping the ball, passing it left and right, marshalling players and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, nice. Mahrez gets a 9.4. Brilliant performance. He doesn't get the extra club man of the match, but he got the official man of the match, and I'm sure that's what all he's bothered about, really. Phil Foden, 8.9. Another top performance from him. He's scaring me, actually. This guy's scaring me. He's 20 years old, man. 20 years old, and he's doing these things. It's just like, nah, like
he's gonna be one of the best footballers in the world.
Yeah, seriously, guys, he's actually frightening how good this guy could be. 8.9. Sterling 8.6. Nice to see the extra club members rewarding Sterling there with a good rating because he did play well. Yeah. Subs Bernardo and Rodri didn't do much when they come on. 8.6 both of them, and Pep gets a 9.9, and you can't really disagree with that because first half we absolutely battered him. Probably should have been 2 or 3-0 up. Second half kept it nice and tight, limited him to a shutout goal. We get the win. And all in all, a great performance from City. So another video is a bit longer than usual. Obviously, a lot to talk about. Cup final. We are Carabao Kings.
Yes.
That's 4 in a row. We're joint now with Liverpool as the all-time English holders of the EFL Cup. So that's a madness in itself. We win it next year, and that's a title that is all ours. So it's nice to have. And obviously, it doesn't stop here, guys. We've got the PSG game coming up. 2
more wins. We could potentially win the title next week.
Yeah, exactly.
We could win the Premier League title next week. What is this?
Exactly.
Big occasions.
It's crazy. We're going to be doing a Tier 3 live stream of the other semi-final on Tuesday. So if you want to come and join us and have a watch of that, link is in the description. Tier 3s only. Right, we'll leave it there. 1,500 likes is the target. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Go check out OneFootball. They kindly sponsored today's stream. Links in the description. Don't cost you a penny, and I trust you. You trust me, man. It's a sick app, and if you don't like it, delete it. But it is mint. And with that, we'll see you in the next one. See you in a bit.